Hey David, thanks for meeting with me today. Um, so I'm reasonably new to Australian hardware. I'm Mitch, training manager. We've spoken a bit on the phone, but didn't meet you face to face. Um, I suppose the reason I'm here, or the reason we're meeting today, is our executive management team gave me a bit of a report on how your team, the business development team, is performing at the moment. The list of your team members, um, and I got a copy of your performance evaluation plan you filled out, and I also got one that your staff from Cameron filled out. So what I wanted to do is talk a bit around that, around what you've given us, talk a bit around some of the, I guess, issues within the team that the executive team's highlighted, and have a look at to what we can do to improve yourself, improve your team, and I guess get back up to the hitting those sales targets where we were, or where you were, not where we were, a couple of years ago. Does that sound alright?
Sounds good.
Right. So I suppose first of all, you've been Australian Hardware for about 30 years, and you're in management positions around 10.
Yep.
All right. Well, must have a wealth of experience in sales. So I suppose just going through the performance evaluation that you gave me that you've done yourself, it looks like there are sort of a couple of gaps, or I'll call them gaps for this purpose, that we can build on to help improve your performance, help improve the team. So just going through that, this is what I've picked up. Just jump in and let me know if you think I'm not right. But your, I guess, ability or familiarisation with the technology we use at Australian Hardware, particularly the CRM database, needs a bit of work. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it does.
I know your comment was the CRM system is broken and needs fixing. I've spoken to our technology people, spoken to our executive management team. Unfortunately, this is the system we've got, and we have to use it. So, um, yeah, it might be, I guess, a bit of familiarisation for yourself, and hopefully we can get you comfortable using it so it's not so painful for you.
Yeah, sure.
Um, I suppose your, I guess, leadership and communication skills sort of blend into one. Um, but I guess leadership of the team. So between the report you gave me and the report given to me by the executive management team, looks like the team morale is a little bit low at the moment since we haven't hit those sales targets. Your staff in particular are worried about their jobs. They're worried they're going to get, I guess, performance managed, or there's going to be some ramifications for not meeting those targets. So, what I feel that team really needs at the moment is a really strong leader and some really good communication. So, look, this is where we are at the moment. We haven't met these targets. This is where we're heading. There's no need to panic about your jobs. However, as a team, we need to improve a little bit in this tough market to continually hit these targets and keep us around.
Yeah.
And the other thing I want to, I guess, instill in you is a culture of lifelong learning with yourself and your staff. I know in the past you've had some views and made comments that internal training is the world's biggest time waster. However, when there are some sort of skills gaps, particularly with, I'll use Cameron as an example, he struggles a bit with contracts, which is cost of business, and he struggles especially with the CRM. If we can bring up his skills there, particularly in the contract space, we might be getting closer to hitting those targets. So that's where sort of my background as a training manager, I can see the benefits of lifelong learning, and I'm hoping you can help get on board with that and instill that culture in the team. I'll just quickly run through this. I'll give you this to read over later, but you probably don't need a lot of the information out of here. This just sort of runs through how this was identified, the challenges around sort of implementing training. But if we have a look at how the gaps or I guess areas where we can build on affect the company and affect or where it could benefit you. So I guess training and support offered to the team. Well, we've already had a bit of a chat about that, but I guess to address that, I want to address that as a priority, and that'll be through the support of your manager, who sits on the executive team, and by also engaging the team in this lifelong learning culture. Does that sound alright?
Yeah, sounds good.
So I'm happy to help you out with that. I do these learning plans all the time, so I'm happy to help you out. Leadership skills and communication, I might try and separate the two of them, but the leadership skills, I know what you did a business degree 30 years ago at uni, so you have a hell of a lot of experience. What I want you to try and focus on is a bit more, I guess, that leadership for the team and a few more sort of soft management skills. To when your team morale is low, they sort of need that little bit more support and guidance. And with your communication, I know you do a lot of your communication through email. What myself and the executive management team like to try and transition into doing is get some more personalised communication, so sort of the face-to-face meetings and phone calls. Does that sound okay?
Yeah.
And just with the technology skills, particularly on that CRM database, if we get sort of that working properly for you and working around how you do your role, that means you can be providing correct information, the executive management team, correct information all the time to your business development team, and that should help make the teams run a bit more efficiently and effectively. So method of delivery, I'm thinking I'll have to get your input on this because you'll know how you learn a lot better than I know how you learn. Just around the development of learning plans, are you happy just have a sit down with me, have a look at the performance evaluation for your team members and go through one of these and fill it out?
Yeah, sure.
Right. So as that's identified, well, I think that's definitely a priority. How would you go sitting down within the next week and having a look at this for me?
Yeah, sure. I can definitely make time.
All right. Leadership skills and communication. I guess I'm thinking of sort of a two-way approach to that, where we try and get some more formal training for you, which I might try and ask you to take a bit of ownership of. So I'm thinking we're trying to identify a trainer, we'll make them come in, sort of assess what you do in your role, assess your current knowledge, and so we're just looking at filling gaps and building on what you already have. The last thing I want to do is put you through a full leadership course trying to teach you stuff you already know and you don't want to do it. And the CRM database, my thoughts are we try and get some sort of a consultant in again that's really familiar with this. They have a look at what you need to do within your role, and they can sort of tailor make a bit of a package and help you learn that. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
All right. Now I realise you're a very busy man. You've got a team to manage, targets to meet, reports to fill out. What will need to happen is you really need to take a bit of ownership of this learning plan once we talk about these learning goals and timeframes. And I'm I'll need to get you to sort of book the meetings and that sort of stuff around your schedule. Is that okay?
Yeah, of course.
All right. And so I've just got, with our catch-ups with this, so I'm thinking we've got this plan, we'll have an implementation timeframe, then we'll be meeting for progress reports. Are you happy if that's face-to-face meetings?
Sure, if that's what you prefer.
Well, yeah, that's what I think could be good. But does that suit you?
Yeah, sure.
All right. And so with your schedule, do we need to be booking like a week in advance or a couple of weeks in advance for these meetings?
Yeah, a couple of weeks in advance.
All right. And the only other thing I've identified that may be an issue to consider is if the executive management team start putting more and more pressure on to your team as the business development team to drive up business, it's going to make you, I guess, your workload increase substantially. So we probably need to set a time frame on this, and if the executive management team comes to you, you can say, look, I'm really focusing on this over this set time frame. Can your extra workload wait until this is over?
Sure.
Right, so I've just listed sort of the key learning goals that we've spoken about. So we've got learning plans completed. I'm thinking we want them completed and meetings with staff within 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound achievable? And then monitoring, so I'll meet with you after 4 weeks and we'll do a progress report at the same time. So hopefully that's just yep, they're done and they're starting to be implemented. And reviews and updates just monthly, sort of as they're being implemented and staff are going through their training and increasing their learning if you just keep the monthly updates.
Sure.
And similar with so formal leadership and communication training, we've got implementation 2 months, so we'll need to identify a trainer first, engage them, and then start the implementation process.
Sure.
Then we've just got sort of 4 weeks for the monitoring, 2 months for the progress report, and then monthly after that for reviews and updates. Formal technology training, so thinking 2 weeks to identify that. We do have a panel member that can help us out with that.
No worries.
And then 4 weeks, 1 month, and monthly reviews. And the other thing I want you to do is identify a mentor and agree to sort of help you out around those soft management skills. So I'm thinking within a week we should be able to do that. There are definitely other area managers and the executive management team would be happy to help you out with that. And then if we look at some monitoring after 4 weeks, report after 1 month, and just monthly reviews to see how it's going.
Sure.
And yeah, that's about it. So if you're happy with that, I'll give you this to read through, and if you've got any changes you want to make, just if we can arrange another catch up before we sign this off and get it underway.
Sure.
All right, thanks for meeting me, David.